Okay, so today being 26th of July, it happens to be one special day as we'll be celebrating a philanthropist, a beautiful doctor, like a doctor that you see and then you just get healed immediately. And sincerely, I can't help but when I heard her story, it was very important that we bring it down to the camera and then put this on record because a lot of persons are doing a lot of things, touching lives, but it's not heard. And here we have Dr. Zil Ayamile, who has touched lives in different ways. However, we'll be shortening it down to two persons that she's touched directly. Persons she doesn't even know, persons that she only heard their stories and then she brought them to the limelight. And these persons are actually fire victims, right? So today, being her birthday, we want to celebrate her by putting the stories together and getting to meet her. So, a very good afternoon to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Oma. Thank you so much for.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank
And you're
you.
looking very beautiful.
Oh, awesome! Thanks a lot.
All right here with me this afternoon, I have Blessing Chiuzo, who is a fire victim that Dr. Anyam Zil actually touched my life years ago. So let's get to it. Blessing. Hi, Blessing. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
It's so good to see you.
And you too.
Okay, so tell us what happened. How did it happen? When did it happen?
Okay, the fire burns happened during 2018, January 15th, on my birthday. So I was staying with someone. So I was asked to cook. So I did. On the process, I was using firewood and then I turned a little kerosene into the firewood, though it was wet. Then I lighted the fire. It, it, it catch then. It went off. So I turned another one into tin tomato cup. Then I turned it into the fire and it like started burning my clothes. Then and there was a gallon of kerosene close to me. So at the process when I was trying to fling out the fire, it magneted to the other gallon of kerosene and it burst. It like bursted on me. Then it started burning all over my body. But to God may have it, someone was there. Someone helped me to turn off the fire, and that was how it began. Then I was told to go to a native place, a native doctor. So I went there. I was there for 3 months and without my parents knowing because I was staying with someone. And then the woman was putting something like charcoal, but I don't know what it is. So it was making the leg worse. So I was there till 3 months. Then I told my mom. They called my mom, I told her. So she came to pick me. Then we went to Oakway Hospital. Then they transferred us to FMC. Then FMC started treating me. I stayed in FMC for about 7 months. Then my mom said she doesn't have funds. She wasn't financially stable then. So she said she can go home and she can start dressing the wood all by herself. So we went home and she was gradually treating the wound, but I wasn't seeing any improvement. Then it became worse. It became worse when my mom fell ill and my daddy took over. Then he was a little bit toxic to me. A nurse came to the house to dress the wound because it was already forming keloids. Then she said they should put a little bit of salt, a pinch of salt in warm water, then use gauze to wipe it off. My dad bought one pack of salt and he poured it into the leg like that. So it started bleeding. All the tissues that was trying to heal, everything went back. Everything was now worse. It became very worse. At that point, I wasn't able to stand. I wasn't able to eat. I wasn't able to talk. And during that scenario, I was telling him that this leg is going to lead to cutting. And he said I should keep quiet. And he was hitting me. He was hitting me. Then one day on a Sunday, I prayed to God for a helper. And then a woman called Izuka came. So she connected me to Dr. Zeal. And Dr. Zeal told me that I should come over to FMC. I came over, she was so emotional. You needed to see her then. She was so emotional and treatment began. So we stayed in the hospital. She treated me, she took care of my bills, she fed me, she even paid my discharge fee. So I want to say a very big thank you.
So how
to
long
her.
did you stay in the hospital
I
when Dr. Zeal took over?
I think for 6 months. I said from July to December.
Okay, that's approximately 6
6
months.
months. Yes. So she paid my bills and then I left. So the story didn't end like that.
Okay, but before you get down to that ending part, let's get to find out. While you were at the hospital, was your dad? You mentioned that your mom wasn't feeling so well, so
Yes.
definitely we don't see her coming to the
She
hospital.
came.
Okay, she came.
Yes, she was
Even
in the
with
same
her
house.
help.
Yes.
Okay, but how did your dad react to Dr. Zeal helping you out?
Well, the day he came, he was happy to see me being taken care of. Then he asked me who was taking care of me. Then I told him, you might not know her. Her name is Dr. Zio. So he said, okay. He didn't care to see. I don't know if he saw her or not, but I don't know if he saw her or not. Or I only told him her name. So that's it.
So they never met in person.
I don't know. No.
Okay. Indeed, I must say this is a very touching story as it has to do with fireburns. And funnily, the child was only trying to make something for the family to eat. And here she went with full fire around her house. Although, she has been able to tell us her story. Let's now dive down to another lucky person who eventually, his name is also Lucky Olomo. He also had a fire incident. Let's also get to hear his story. Okay, so Lucky, tell us what happened the day when fire catch you.
I go school that day. As I come back from school, my brother come to see one of my neighbors. Yeah, neighbors, and I found out for her. This my boy, I do like this. I do that. Inform me that I do that. Then the boy will go bring me food. The boy come go bring me last water, the 2 water. One time he come pour me. Before the fire come quench. But they can't take me to one shop like that. The shop they can't put
Okay, wait
close up.
first. Before we reach your shop, the shop. Where the fire catch? Which part of your body the fire catch? The 2 legs have been 1 leg.
The 2 legs. No, the 1 leg for my nika. Then for my nika, I enter my leg. My leg enter my body, on my whole body. For my brother, my nika, I won't try to put my nika come strong. It's strong. I know fit now. My brother, they come pour me. The boy come pour me water. Think come quench. They come carry me. They won't carry me go Antinos. Now, one woman with the stay near our house. We get shop, come me come. They can't find bike with the car. Woman come, the thing they prepare me well, use the entire side. Woman come bring a close up. I think come put and think stop to prepare me. But they come call back, they come carry me go Antinos. Antinos come treat my leg, come put down something, come they put down. Now the one neighbor come. That our neighbor they work for the talent, come. One carry motor, come to shoot up, come to snap fire. But they come to that, they come do. They come carry me come house. They come give me medicine. That would do and they come start to treat and come to the thing come the wash, my leg come the gum finish. Come turn to meat, come gum like this. Gum finish, I no come to work. For my life, I come there way. That's for 7 years. For my daddy can't declare. My dad can't snow glass. My dad could even.
No, they cry, look. Yeah? No, they cry. But thank God it's no longer that way. Abi? No longer that way. So thank God.
Indeed, it's an emotional moment. Putting these two stories together, you wouldn't want to help but shed tears. Lucky couldn't even just complete his story, and remembering it alone led him to that point of being emotional. However, let's still find out how he met Dr. Zeke.
Before the woman come carry, my dad come to say the calm they go. The woman no tell my dad into my dad they come carry me into motor. One neighbor come carry me come my fence.
So how long you stay for hospital?
I stay in the hospital for 6 months.
Are you all my personal dream? Everything you know is in your mind. Are you all my personal dream?
I tell God, I say, even if this is the only thing I did, and I go to meet God, I've done well. Even if nobody pats me on the back, so God, I've done well. For that alone, that you have given me the chance to do, and that's how it started. I never knew it was such a tasking job until I'll tell you this on camera. I sat there and I was doing my PhD. My appointment as special assistant to my governor had just elapsed, and there was no job like having a government job. I will tell you that their case was actually what made me to pause my PhD, because I had used up all the money I had in my Naira account, and the money I had saved up for my PhD was changing the dollars. Literally every week I would change about $250 to $300 every week to take care of them. Because in the morning, I go to the hospital twice every day from July to December. Lucky, just like you said, is a lucky child. While we were in the hospital, just a few days after they have brought blessing for me, the nurses will ask questions. Oh, want to have details of this child? I said, I really don't know. And her parents hadn't come at that time. Okay, aside from the lady that told me about her, she comes once in a while. And one other lady that came into the emergency also to see someone. So she overheard the nurses. Like, really? This kind of things happen? Oh, you mean this woman doesn't know this child? Where is this woman from? This kind of things happen these days in Nigeria. The lady was now telling them that she also has a little boy that she knows who is about the same age with Blessing, who is also a fire victim. Now, who knows if this woman can help the boy? The nurses now encourage her. Go and tell her. She looks like Blessing should hold money. At some point, Blessing and the sister and Lucky, you know what they gave? The name they started calling me. If I ever say it, you bust out. Mommy Dangote. They felt, man, the kind of woman that is doing this kind of thing. Oh, really?
Must be Dangote.
She must have a lot of word. Okay. And that's how they told me about Lucky. And I said, okay, go bring Lucky. The day Lucky came, Lucky was hopping on one leg. Because like he explained, the other leg have already gone. It was like this other leg. He gummed, so he only hops on one leg. You could see the sun, the way he just gone. Okay? We started. The only thing, like I said, I don't have regrets. Oh yes, my PhD has been put on hold ever since, but that the two of them are alive. There were lots of challenges, financial challenges, and by the time I was doing this work, I reached out to people. I'm sure maybe you might want to ask, didn't I reach out to people? Oh yes, I did. But it's unfortunate. Nobody. Madam, they send you. Now, person send you for this kind of work. Must you do it? I actually reached out to some core politicians representing us. I don't want to mention names. I reached out to core politicians representing us. Not one of them. Not one. And I'll say that these people are not just children. They are indigenous of the state. They are even people in our constituent that you represent. But not one. You know why? It wasn't an election time. So nobody was going to use it for campaign something. And therefore, most times when they see people who have NGOs or those who are doing humanitarian works, they feel, oh, we are using it to siphon money.
Rip them off.
Or a lot of people see it as a mean to launder funds. They don't know that even if it's 1% or 2% who are doing it, they are doing it for what the name means. Humanity. Like I said earlier, if these 2 children that I took care of, that they are breathing today because God used me, God could have used any other one. It was me God used. Okay.
Okay, so right here, right now, we have the caretakers or the care persons who took care of Blessing and Lucky. And they happen to be their senior, the elder ones. So let's get to meet you. I'm Chris. Okay. And you? Your name is Lucky.
God's time.
God's time. Okay, so God's time, we'll start with you. What did it be like to take care of Lucky that time for hospital? As a senior brother, how the matter take touch you and it affects you going to school that period?
Yes.
Okay, so how long you stay out of school?
Not remember.
But how you feel when you say your brother get this incident?
I feel bad.
Now you been the on the fire where you carry the fuel, where you can fling the container, where you can touch lock people.
Yes. Me, my neighbor bring fuel come. So when I come out, so I say, they do this for the life fire, the fire me with cars. So as I I can't tell you what to do, I say don't like fire. I can't come and give me the fuel and this thing. Before I can't make shit because somebody is smell fuel. Because of fuel not touching. So as I like as I do the fuel with this and I say it burn for my brother.
Okay. Definitely he felt bad about what happened to his brother. But let's get to also hear from Peace. How was it taking care of Blessing in the hospital?
It was hard. It was very, very, very difficult for me. And it affected me emotionally. Like I was down that period because I never expected such things to happen. And it affected me too in my schooling. Then it was very difficult. Very, very difficult.
Okay, so going forward, how did your parents manage the situation?
They put in for some like time before she came with me. So it was hard financially and everything. Like her kids just scattered the whole family. Yes, affected me. Again.
Okay, so Dr. Zil is celebrating 42. What will be your word of message to her?
My word of message, I pray that God blesses her for everything she did for my sister. Because if not for her, she might be dead now. So I want God to bless her richly, financially and otherwise, and even health. But she did very well, even for me too. So I want God to bless her, and I pray He increases her in every side. So, and happy birthday to her too, as well.
Okay, so God's power, God's time. God's time. Okay, so Dr. Zil will celebrate 42. Waiting be your wish, Dr. Zil.
Thank you for all the things you do for my brother because this is my brother.
Thank you so much. This is where we call it a wrap. Thank you. Forty-two and still count. We're hoping that she gets it even to 70 and God keep using it. However, ma'am, now that you've clocked 42, what are the plans you have in pipeline to see that your love for humanity doesn't go off, like you don't go off the rail, but you still maintain what you have started?
My love for humanity, it's me. I breathe and I live for humanity. It's my joy spot. It is my joy spot. I can't do without it. Like I was saying, the other NGO, the third of it, Realities of Life, that started when I clocked 40. This year, that I did a school tour in some secondary schools with the theme Entrepreneurial Skills, a prerequisite for economic sustainability, because I have looked around. Our younger generations, a lot of them are derailing due to depression and all. You can imagine going to school and coming out without a job. It's quite frustrating. And you don't have anyone to help you. You're just there. Even your parents that you used to depend on, right now, the economy, the financial pressure on them is actually so much. So I said, no, what can I do? I said, let me start talking to our younger ones. In the secondary school, so I did school tour from school to school, both government and public schools. Discuss with your principals because they are the formators. I'm not able to reach out to parents, but when I speak to these children, they will listen. You know, before now, a lot of, I want to be a doctor, I want to be an engineer, I want to be a lawyer, and what have you. All of those professions are good. I'm one of it. But then, right now, it is very important that all of us will have at least one skill. outside the shores of this country. It is only in Nigeria that you see students depending solely on their parents. Like, you don't work, so you're going to school, or they will have to write, okay, the school fees is so amount their parents will bring. They have to buy you clothes, they have to give money for hair, they have to give money for your nails, and money for food. But over there, once you're 16, you start working. But here, when we don't even have jobs for graduates, let alone the younger ones. So what can we do? Even the graduates are actually messed up job-wise. So many of them are unemployed. So the best thing to do is to start developing ourselves, making sure that we have at least one skill to ourselves. Be it plumbing, be it electrician, be it tiling. Look at forklifters all over the world, paying them so heavily. Or you want to be a seamstress, you want to be a cook or a pastry chef. There are so many skills that one could learn. That's why I had to, this period of my birthday, to make sure that I speak to them. Holidays are around the corner. They have to make use of this long vacation. So when you see me, you're saying humanity. I can't do without it. In one of the times I visited school and I was speaking to my daughter, I said, oh God, I need money. I would like to have an entrepreneurial school in Delta. Not just a normal school, but an entrepreneurial school where young girls and boys will be trained. And I'm very happy Delta State have been doing that. They have skill acquisition center. And I think I want to also use this opportunity to talk about what they should do to include schools. Because so many students, why my school, so we are asking how can they get in. I know how it is, you have to go pick a form, you fill a form and all of that. But I think it is also better that the state government will allocate slots to schools to make the younger generation to be part of it. Giving slots to schools will get them involved, and the also that is no longer child's play. Even I'm also aware that some parents are beginning to be very much aware of it, making sure that their children make use of their holidays wisely. It's no longer time to, once it's holiday, lesson teacher, you come. I mean, there's time for everything. They should use the holiday period to develop their skill, that interest that their children have. My daughter started developing herself immediately she finished primary 6. She makes lots of lovely beads. She does those beads on clothes and a lot of beads that my friends outside the shore of this country do order those beads, and they pay her in some hard currency. You know what I mean? She started this after her primary 6. So every parent should encourage that. Coming back to your question, how do I hope to sustain what I do? I hope to partner with other international organizations and other philanthropists who are willing, because during the time of Blessing and Lucky, I knew that a lot of people are not willing to help others. When you see those who are doing the job, those who have the interest to do the job, I don't think we are more than 2 to 5%, as far as at least my country is concerned. Because during that period where I was speaking to people, a lot of them were not interested in what I was doing. A lot were not interested.
So would you say that there is a lot of clout chasing happening in our society today compared to what they claim as being humanitarian?
Absolutely, I will agree with you 101%. Like I said, I reached out to some political cliques. But that period wasn't an election period. So there was no need. You know how it's like, oh, they are going to go and visit somebody who lost a wife, or with all the cameras, all the media, all the blogs will carry it. Okay? But those of us who are silently doing what we do, a lot of people don't know what I do. Just recently, early this year, last year, we got some funds from UPS Foundation. You were part of it, the training last year. And by the time they sent in a commendation letter for a job well done, I was so elated. I was so elated to have provided funds for us to do this program on child malnutrition, and we completed it. We were commended for doing it. That was a plus. Because it was someone who knows what to do, so that recommended the foundation. And I hope to get more of those recommendations. I also hope that maybe through this, other people will want to partner with us to sanitize that. Sanitize it in a way that the suffering masses could benefit. I tell you, out there they have millions of dollars, but they are looking for the real people that they could work with. Because over 90% of persons who have NGOs, like they feel, are using that job and that name for whatever they want to do. Just very few are the ones doing it for what it is. So I hope that someday that I'll begin to get recommendations from other NGOs to partner with us to help humanity. Our country needs help. A lot of Nigerians need help. There are a lot of other children out there who have even worse cases than Blessing and Lucky, and they haven't had anyone to name them, or even haven't met someone for the finances to help them out.
Thank you very much. So we hope that by God's grace, 42, you are counting now. You will count even another 42 persons, right? And this is how far we can go right here on this program today on Realities of Life with Dr. Zeal Ayamile. It's more than an honor to have her right here with us this afternoon. However, wish her a happy birthday and more years to come. Thank you very much for watching.
Are you all my personal dreams?
Okay, so haven't seen the scars, just a bit of it, because we couldn't just pull off their clothes. For Blessing, we had 3 surgeries for her, inclusive of the appendectomy. Yeah, at some point she had, it was another challenge, having to deal with that at that point. And for Lucky, we had 2 surgeries on the leg. For Blessing, it was 3 surgeries on the leg and then the appendectomy. Oh, thank God today. You can see them. They're all bubbling. You won't even know except they show you their scars. They are working so lonely. And I'm grateful to God for that.
Are you all my personal dreams?